Greetings. Welcome back. It's Vanessa-Mary. It's Monday. I've had a little bit of technical madness already, which I did tell myself I wouldn't talk about, but I'm already telling you. But anyway, let's get on with it. If you are here, this is Leading with Heart. It's the Summit Special. My name's Vanessa-Mary, and I am the founder of the Seeds community. And I've been coming on to do a special Leading with Heart conversation with members of the team who are supporting me with this year's annual event. Now, the annual event is actually happening on Saturday. So can you imagine? Okay, we're not even going to talk about the little things that are already making me think, oh, okay, I just need to chill. Anyway, this isn't just an event, it's an experience. And yes, we are having a bit of an experience this year because there's been lots happening in the background, getting ready for Saturday. So this is about leaders who are choosing to come together. We are growing together. We're supporting each other through collaboration, connection, and conscious leadership. Now, I do have visitors traveling from all over. So visitors and contributors traveling from, when I say all over the UK, the furthest is Devon, and nobody has been able to beat that distance yet. But the man that I am going to be bringing onto the stage shortly, unfortunately, well, let's put it this way. Because of technology, he will be contributing to the summit, but he won't physically be there. Okay, so he will be technically there, but not physically. You'll find out why shortly. Okay, so thank you so much. Let me bring him on because we've already had a few technical issues ourselves, but I had my own technical issues. I'm bringing him on. He's got a massive smile. He's so lovely. Here he is. Ernest, how are you, my dear?
Hello, I'm fine, Vanessa. How are you too?
I'm good. I'm just like excited because I can hear you and everything's good. We did our sound check and we did have some issues. Let me just let everyone know that Ernest is actually based in Ghana. So if he does have issues with his connection, don't worry. I've told him that I will fill in the blank. I'll make it as entertaining as I can, and then he'll come back on. But he's got such a lovely smile. He's still here. So, Ernest, let's crack on. How are you? You okay?
Yeah, Vanessa, I'm fine. How about you? I hope everyone is fine, especially members of the SITS community. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, I'm happy I'm here finally. I've been watching other sessions and I couldn't wait for my turn. Today's my turn, so I'm here.
And look at you, you've got a red tie on and I'm wearing a red dress today. We did not plan that. That's beautiful.
That's an alignment. That's alignment for you.
Well, we're going to talk about alignment, I'm sure, in this conversation because the way how we've met, we both know that it has been a divine intervention. We both recognize that actually from a higher realm, our connection has been brought together. We are already making waves. Okay, so you need to understand, those of you who are listening in, and we do have people who are coming in on the live, please do let us know where you are listening in from. I love interaction on the lives. Okay, so I do have quite a few people that tune in from YouTube, LinkedIn, and the other platform should be Facebook. So if you are watching live, please do let me know. I will share the story about how Ernest and myself actually have met each other shortly. But before I do that, let's find out a little bit more about this young man. Ernest, please introduce yourself to the audience.
All right. Thank you. My name is Ernest Henry Fasemkye. I am a chartered accountant, and
Oh, he's cut out.
rather,
Ernest, I don't know if it's you or if
so,
it's me. You cut out a little
yeah,
bit then.
but rather, like I'm an accountant by profession, but currently at a point in my practice and as an accountant, I decided to do something else. And currently that's what I do. I listen to business leaders. I listen to founders. I listen to how they operate their businesses. And then during that conversation, I'm able to translate whatever challenges they have within their operational procedures into digital systems where we are moving most businesses right now, the work that I do, moving most businesses from manual operations to digital operations. Basically, that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm happy to be the head of digital innovation within the SIDS community as well. And that's a privilege, and I'm quite happy about that.
Oh, wow. Ernest, you did cut out a little bit for me, so I didn't hear all of it. But what I did hear was when you said how you're helping small businesses. And I must say, as a testimony, he has certainly done this for me. So, in terms of our timeline, Ernest, all I know is my little one's seventh celebration date was the 5th of April. And you and I had had a conversation, I think about a week before that. So I don't know if it was just before my celebration, which is at the end of March, not too sure. But timeline wise, let's just say I've known you since the beginning of April. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
We are now in the middle of May. And in what, about 6 weeks, something like that? In 6 weeks, when I tell you that this young man based in Ghana has totally revolutionized the seeds community, it is literally incredible. And so one thing you don't know, Ernest, which I'm happy to share here on the call, is I was up working late into the night to get the sales page ready, because I know that if I wasn't working on it, you would tell me off and you'd be asking me about it. Why? Because he's so talented that we're pulling our resources together, and we've got a massive announcement, which we might as well tell them here first. But we are opening the Seeds Digital Innovation Hub. Yes, you heard it here first. And I'll probably talk about it a little bit more in our conversation. But what Ernest has done for my community in 6 weeks has been incredible. Okay, what he's done for me in terms of like my ideas, my expansion, we have I mean, I don't think people would believe us, Ernest, the way how we work together using a simple telephone on WhatsApp. Okay, voice messages. We've got a group with Joanna who's helping us with one of our other platforms. And together, working as a team, we are so strong. Honestly, Ernest, when I say you are a godsend, like literally, I know every day that the Most High sent you into my life.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so refreshing to hear such a statement, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity you gave me. I always return the thanks to you because you actually gave me a platform, and I had no other option than to make sure I deliver. So I thank you for the opportunity as well. Thank you.
Not a problem. I'll never forget, Ernest, the day that we had our first initial conversation. I was actually coming on to do a podcast like this. I was going to be interviewing our first guest. And I felt a little bit guilty because I thought, oh, this young man, he's booked an appointment with me and I don't have time to speak with him. But there was something within me that basically said, take the call and let him know that it's just a quick call, but we can have another conversation. And I'm so glad that we did have that second conversation. So, excuse me. So we're going to now speak about seeds in the seeds framework. But for you, my dear, I've changed it up a little bit.
Okay.
Can you believe it? So I know that you've been watching these podcasts, so you know that I'm going to ask questions around the seeds framework, but I've changed it a little bit just for you. Now, before we go any further, for anybody watching, let's just let me let them know what the seeds community is about. Okay. So for me personally, I love to work with entrepreneurial mums and dads or family members that work together. So this could be a husband and wife team, two brothers, two sisters, cousins, whatever that means for you. I really get a buzz about working with the family dimension. And the example that comes to my mind is with my own granddaughter. And this is a true story related to technology, Ernest. She was with me on Thursday and she said, Nanny, is there anything I can do to assist you? And I said, well, actually, I do need something chasing up. Would you be able to write me a text message? So she did. And she actually used the AI to help her. My granddaughter's 10 years old, by the way. She used the AI. So she had actually put this message together. I sent it to the said person. Within minutes, I had a reply. 2 days later, that particular thing was sorted. And I was like, my granddaughter did this. So, whatever working with your family looks like for you. So this is the audience. The seeds community, and don't get me wrong, we do have single people in the community. Nobody's excluded. But I'm just telling you what puts a smile on my face that I can share these stories. My little boy will not be bursting into the room today, Ernest. You might be happy to know because he's not here. But you've got little ones as well. Did you want to share about your family? I know you're a family man yourself. Oh, it's gone a little bit frozen.
Yes, I am a family man. I have two beautiful daughters. And as we speak right now, both of them are in school. So none of them will be coming into the room. One of them is in senior high school, as we call it here in Ghana. And so, I have a beautiful wife. Very happy as a family. And we do things together.
And so, Ernest, again, 6 weeks of our connection, I'd love to have a Zoom chat with your beautiful wife so that I can get to know her and bring the girls on as well so I can get some. Because, Ernest, the reason why I'm saying this publicly on this platform is this young man, this will not be the first time you'll be hearing from him, okay? We are only just working together. We will be telling you more about the things that we've achieved in the last 6 weeks. But you will be seeing his name a lot more on the Seeds social media. I'll be interviewing him again. Ernest, I told you that my mum used to live in Ghana. I already told you that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did.
So she's delighted about this connection. And I want to talk about manifestation because those who follow me, so most of people who do follow me, you know that I'm a healer. You know that I like to talk about spiritual things. Ernest, about 2 years ago, Ghana was on my mind so much. It was unbelievable. My timeline on YouTube, I was studying, I was researching. I was like, I want to go to Ghana. I want to go to Ghana. Yeah.
Wow.
And then look, you've appeared. So I know at some point, like, yes, our paths have crossed digitally, but I know that we will meet each other in the physical world. I'm hoping that next year, at next year's event, that you and your family, however it works, I'm hoping that you will be in the room. That's my prayer. That's my prayer.
Sure.
But also for myself, I just feel like Ghana's not that far away for me now. It's something that I personally wanted to achieve in my life. So I know I've gone off tangent, but I just thought it was important to set the scene. Anyway, let's.
Let's plan that. Having you in Ghana will be very amazing. So
I know.
maybe after I come to the event next year, you can follow us back to Ghana when we are done
Why
with the
not?
event.
Why not just make it our manifestation here on this call? This is our prayer and this is our wish. It
Amen.
it's a deal.
Yeah, it's okay.
So Ernest,
It's
let's
okay.
crack on then. So we're going to talk about the seeds framework, but like I said, I've changed it up a little bit because we've got you here, and the terminology as well, Ernest, is the pathway. You're the pathway lead to digital innovation. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the S. The first S is simplify. Now, I know that you are so good at this and you've got other ideas. I mean, I just want to say to people as well that this young man works so quickly that when I first met him, I actually had to ask him, "Are you an AI?" Because I just thought, I can't keep up with him. Ernest, tell us about Simplify. So, you can base it around what you know from myself or the other entrepreneurs that you're meeting. How can digital tools help us to simplify our business, please?
All right. Thank you so much. Before I even speak directly to the question, I know every business owner listening to us right now understands the world in which we are today. Things are changing rapidly. Our customers are changing. Customer preferences are changing. We are competing with giants that most of the times are not even within our catchment areas. So, as a business, as we speak right now in 2026, uh, digital transformation is no more a choice because all your competitors are already digitalized or have digitalized their operations. And if you are still manually operating or if you are still doing things manually, it means you are competing against, competitors that you yourself knows that you can never compete with. So in today's world, every business owner has to start thinking about how to digitalize operations. The operations that, the processes and activities that happen every day in your business, especially those ones that bring you money that you still do manually today, there's a better way to do them. And that's what I do. And that's why I'm here today. Talking about how to simplify, I mean, uh, business operations. I don't know if that's the question.
Yeah, that's it. Well, all I've done, Ernest, is the seeds framework. I've changed it, especially for the Digital Innovation Hub. So we're going to talk to them about the first S, which is now, simplify through digital tools.
Yeah. So simplifying, basically, you have a lot of processes going on. Most of the times, as a business owner, you are not free. You are doing other things, and as employees, especially, are handling most of these things behind your back. One of the ways to make sure that whether you are around or not, you are able to know exactly what is happening in your business is to introduce digitalization. So when you are able to digitalize your operations, what you are doing basically is if there were 5, 6 processes that happens manually, today all those processes are happening within a platform that you always have access to, that you can always monitor, that gives you clarity, that gives you visibility into your business, so that our business operations become more like no more, how do I say this? Uh, Becomes easier because when you digitalize your operations, you begin to see certain patterns that before then you didn't see. So instead of chasing information, because you have digitalized your operations, all those information now are within one platform that you can always have access to. And I mean, just like I said before, the world has changed. So, I mean, the current population that we have is actually thinking about doing things in a more simplified way. So when you're able to simplify or digitalize, you're able to make things easier. Decision making becomes easier. Report writing becomes easier. And then you now have time to concentrate on high value activities like building relationship with your customers, uh, like leading your team, for instance, to achieve the higher organizational objective, and doing things that bring growth, I mean, to your business. So that's it. That's what I've got to say about simplifying your business.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Ernest. And I've written down the word speed. So when I was listening to you, I was thinking, wait a minute. When we simplify, it means that we can actually get quicker in other areas. So, like you said, you can put more focus on relationship building, which is always going to need that heart to heart, soul to soul touch. The digital world will not replace us in those areas. But I am at the point where I'm thinking, wow, I don't want to let my little chat GPT go. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know that there's other tools. And to be fair, there's this advert that keeps popping up on YouTube. I won't name them because they're not paying me to promote them. But I'm thinking, that looks really good. And it's saying that you can learn digital tools in 15 minutes a day. It's like a course that you do with them. And I'm like, I know I'm just scratching the surface with this, but what I have achieved with ChatGPT is been, when I say incredible, I mean, Ernest knows this himself. I don't take a telephone call with any of my team without chat being there. And I'll tell them I'm just putting chat on because it's going to transcribe for me. And then chat is listening to the conversation, and then what happens is after that I'm actually getting a richer almost like actions of what to do next based on that conversation. I absolutely love it. So speed. So I do agree with you, it is about simplifying, but for me the output has been speed. That's why I wrote an article about 3 weeks ago when I said what we have achieved in 21 days. And it was true because the platform, which I will share with the audience a little bit later, the platform that Ernest has actually developed on behalf of the Seeds community, which has given us a whole new business, more or less, was developed within, well, more or less 2 weeks, but we're saying 21 days. We've got Ranufa. Oh, here she is. Yeah, she's one of my little digital assistants. She helps me out with the YouTube. Hi, my dear. She says hi. Let me put this on. Hi, my dear. So this is Ernest. So you're going to be working closely with him as well. Once I get everything all sorted, once this amazing event is finished as well, Ernest. Oh my gosh. So let's now talk about the next one. Where are we? E. Elevate. And actually, before we go on to elevate, okay, because I want to give a shout out for technology. I want to give a shout out for all you digital innovators, okay? Anybody who's had an idea, who's literally changed the world through the digital revolution. I'm personally going to say thank you because the Seeds community is international because of the digital assets and the digital tools. So we have Ranufa, who's just come on there. She doesn't live anywhere near me. Again, we connected through WhatsApp and she does an amazing job for the SEO. She knows that I've got loads of videos that she can't wait to get her hands on because she does all this SEO brilliance and, gets my message further on the internet. Then there's yourself, Ernest, based in Ghana. I've got a lady in the Philippines. We've got one of the writers one of the editors and writers for the Legacy Ledger magazine, based in Australia. I absolutely love it. How on earth would I be able to achieve this without digital tools? It would be impossible. So I don't know if you wanted to add to that at all, Ernest.
Yeah, you are right. I think everybody in today's world understands the relevance of digitalization. Um, One of the things that I consider as a misconception why a lot of people are not really, interested in digitalization is people see digitalization as a replacement of the human elements when it comes to running a business, for instance. But that should not be the case. Digitalization, AI, all of these tools are not here to replace anybody. They are here to make us become the better versions of ourselves. So, if, for instance, Vanessa has been using ChatGPT, like she said, if you are not smart, if you are not brilliant, you can't even use ChatGPT. So,
No.
yeah, so ChatGPT is only helping you to become the better version of yourself.
Course,
And
because
that
we're
is,
talking about the E. Sorry to interrupt you, Ernest. We're talking about the E now, which is elevate. But what I find that the digital tools do is enhance. So it could be elevate, enhance. I'll hand it back to you, Ernest.
yeah, so yes, exactly. So the elevate here is just saying that, hey, digital tools are not here to replace anybody. Digital tools, AI, digital tools in this 2026, you can't mention that without mentioning AI, because most of our business processes today have been automated using AI. So let me speak to the broader picture, which is AI, which is what a lot of people fear. So AI, digital tools, automation, and all of these things are not here to replace you. I'm repeating this statement for the third time. That also is very important. These things are not here to replace you, but to rather make you become the better version of yourself. So I'm encouraging anybody listening to this conversation
Oh, I don't know if Ernest has cut out.
to start taking digital or digitalization,
Ernest,
especially
you're a
if you are
little
running a
bit
business.
choppy.
There's no way.
I think you were just a little
Can you hear
bit
me
choppy
now?
there.
Yeah,
Oh.
hello,
Yeah, I think you were just a little bit
hello.
choppy there on that last bit, my dear. But yes, I definitely get the gist of what you're saying, that these digital tools, for me, we're talking about the seeds framework. It's now changed to fit. It hasn't changed totally, but because we've got Ernest, who's the pathway lead for digital innovation within the seeds community, this seeds framework is now specifically talking about the E for elevate and enhancement of you as a small business owner, okay?
Yeah,
Enhancing your team, enhancing your message, enhancing your delivery, elevating you.
yeah,
Things are happening so quickly for me, Ernest.
yeah,
Honestly, to the point where I'm like, whoa, what is happening here? Don't get me wrong. Though for me, the AI also does encourage me to take a break. I know it's quite funny, but the AI, or I'll go, oh, I'm just going to make a cup of tea, like in a nice British accent. I'm like, just gonna make a cup of tea and then I'll be back. And then yes, you go get your cup of tea. And then I think it's so funny. We have oh, somebody's coming on. I don't think they like AI. We've got a little bit of a worried face there on the thingy. But you know what? Listen, as Ernest said, it's not going to replace you. And you've got to put your heart and your soul, and you've got to make it you. So don't get me wrong. I will never take what the AI says and just say no. And I will challenge my AI as well, Ernest. I will, even yesterday,
yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember what the example was, but I went back and I was like, no, that's not right. And then
Yeah.
the response was, oh yeah, sorry, blah 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 blah, corrected me, blah blah blah. So don't, again, I feel like we're now talking about a fear, or love and fear, okay? Two very strong emotions. For me, if we sit in almost like an energy of fear, then yes, you will get somewhere with your business, but you will see that your competitors are overtaking you. And you
Yeah.
will just be like, well, what is it that they're doing that I'm not doing? Now, not everybody's going to tell you their trade secrets, okay? But as Ernest has already said, most small business owners are using digital tools somewhere in their business. So for me, we are going to get into a love. I don't want to use the word hate because that's too strong. But for some people, they will stay away and they'll be like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not interested. Whereas others, they'll be willing to have a go. I don't know what you want to say about that, Ernest.
Yes, I think we are using this conversation to also break down exactly when we say digital transformation, what exactly we are talking about. So I have these clients of mine who have so like a huge following on social media, and every day she receives messages from her followings asking her to do a specific thing for them. And then she decided to build an app so that instead of people sending her direct messages for those things that they want to be done for them, they go to the app and then find those services on the app. So I'm talking about a dating app, for instance. So instead of me sending you a message that, can you find me, it sounds funny, but this is real. Can you find me a man in the UK? Can you find me a woman in the UK? I go straight to the app, download the app, look for people's profiles and all of that, and I engage in direct conversation with the potential man or woman that I'm looking for. That alone has taken a lot of burden from this my client, because she doesn't have to respond to people's direct messages anymore. She has automated that aspect, building a digital platform and providing that service, which is also generating additional income for her. So when we talk about digital transformation, what you are doing manually currently, is there a way we can build a system that system handles exactly what you are doing today, exactly how you want it?
Yes, well, we're now going to talk about the second E, which is expand. Now, in terms of expansion, we are talking about how digital tools are supporting small business owners, and you've just given an example, to create smarter opportunities for growth and recurring income. Now, at this point, Ernest, I feel like I'm going to take it back to where the conversation started of how we've met. So, Ernest and I have met via LinkedIn. And Ernest, did you want to share this part of the story? Because I think it's quite cute how you say it.
Yeah, I'll do that. So yes, I think about 6 7 weeks ago, I was sitting in my office in Ghana, and I was looking for more things to do. And there was nothing on my table. And sometimes, because of the environment I find myself, which is a government, a public sector institution with so much regulations, there are certain things you cannot do. So building systems and helping people digitalize their operations and all of this was something that I used to do in the past when I was working for a software company, and helping businesses to transform their businesses from manual to digital systems. But my current role doesn't give me that. But I think I love doing, those type of digital transformation work. So I went on LinkedIn, and then posted that I was virtually looking for an opportunity to contribute something to anybody building something meaningful, because I believe I might die soon. I don't want to die with all these things that I'm carrying in my head. So I posted that under somebody's post, and a lot of people reach out to me, but when Vanessa reached out to me, I knew it was Vanessa I was looking for. So I had conversations with other people, but I finally decided to settle with Vanessa, and we started working on our first digital products, which she's going to launch very soon
I've
next week,
got it.
Saturday.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it up here. I
Good.
think I can share. Oh, I hope it will work. Oh, it says it's easier if it's in two monitors. Right. So I have to admit right now what's happened to my monitor? My monitor broke today, Ernest. I wonder if this is a mess. Is this a mess? Let's see. Oh, do I just do it there? Can you see it, Ernest? Is it coming
Yeah, I can
through?
see that. Yeah, I can see
Let
that.
me see on my other screen. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into it because it will upset me, but I've broken my monitor anyway. So yes, let me just see what the view looks like before I carry on. So now I'm using my phone as a screen. Let's see what they can see. Um, Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can see it lovely. So you can't see me now by the looks of it. You can just see the screen so they can hear our voices. All right, then. So I'm just going to give a quick plug to the digital asset that Ernest built for the Seeds community in about 21 days. It's called Activate Your Wellbeing. It is a platform that we will be rolling out after the event happens on Saturday, so you'll hear more about this. But basically, this is a way where wellbeing practitioners can stop hiding. We've got so many gifts and talents, but people need to know us. So it will raise the visibility. If you're listening as a wellbeing practitioner, you can have a free account on this platform. And if you are searching for well-being, health and well-being as an industry is enormous. Okay, there's so many different modalities, there's so many different types of therapies. Sometimes you don't know what you're looking for, so this platform will give you an opportunity to actually find who you are looking for very quickly and very easily. So I'm just going to go down. It is very much, we're still in that pre-launch phase, but we will always show you how many practitioners and how many users are available on the site. And it works so simply. So you can search for who you want. You will find trusted practitioners and you can connect and book with them via the site. There's 13 categories. Like I said, sometimes you don't know what type of support you're looking for. So there's 13 categories, and we will also show you what's trending, what type of practitioners we've got. So emotional wellbeing practitioners is very popular on the site, and there are some of our practitioners there. So I'm going to stop the share because the reason why I have spoken about it, Ernest, is to set the scene for people of what is possible. We are talking about the second E, which is expand, create smarter opportunities for growth and reoccurring income. And that's certainly what Ernest has been able to bring into the Seeds community. That was the first project that he did for me in 21 days. We do also have the business health check, which I developed it on an Excel sheet. And basically, Ernest has taken that Excel sheet and again created it into a digital asset. And we will be rolling out the Digital Innovation Hub, which we'll probably have another conversation about that actually, Ernest, after we've launched it properly at the event on Saturday. But is there anything that you wanted to say? We're talking about the second E, which is expansion, growth and recurring opportunities.
Yes, talking about opportunities and growth, I believe that in today's world, it is much easier to make money than it used to be. And one of the ways that people are making so much money is creating digital assets, digital platforms. And I mean, if you have a passion, if you have a niche market, if you have a service that you render, You can't be in the whole world. You can go to every business or every individual and market yourself. But
No.
with you having a system that renders that service, whether you are sleeping, whether you are working, whether you are wherever, is a way of making money. This is a way of, making sure that your services are not limited to your physical presence. So you can create a digital asset, monetize it, and then that digital asset is creating so much value for you. And that is what a lot of people are doing today. And so anybody listening today, and you have a passion, you have a market, you have a service, why don't you turn those services into digital platforms and then scale from there? That is what I have to add to this conversation. That there is enormous opportunity in making money these days, and you can't rely on your personal capacity to be able to do these things. You need to have systems in place, and those systems is what we work on in the SITS Innovation Hub that we are creating.
Yeah, and we can't wait to tell you more about the Innovation Hub. I think what we'll do is we'll do a post summit special, Ernest, because within the Seeds community now, we have got 3 new products that will be officially launched on Saturday in Nottingham at Eastwood Hall. So, what Ernest will be doing is he'll be coming onto the screen. I can't remember the timing of that, but he'll be coming onto the screen and will be speaking to the audience live virtually about the Digital Innovation Hub. So we'll do a post summit conversation here, Ernest, so we can go into it further. But again, look, everyone can see I'm still in my bedroom, okay?
Yeah.
And I kind of say it in a way because I want people, particularly if you are a mum, okay? If you are a mum, if you're a working dad, I'm a grandmother as well. Things don't have to be perfect for you to get started. I know some people wouldn't do this because they'd go, oh, but I don't have the setup. I don't have the lighting. I don't have the this. I don't. No, I don't. But you know what? I'm doing the best with what I've got right now. But things will change. If you want to make a change, then just make it. Don't sit there with excuses and tell yourself why you cannot make a change. You've got to take the first step. And once you take the first step, I personally believe that, well, whatever divine power you believe in, okay, but me personally, I know the Most High has been holding my hand along the way and brought very, very special people into my life, including Ernest. And now that I'm able to build around a digital infrastructure, that's actually going to be changing the trajectory. I can never say these big words, but anyway, it's going to be changing things for me in my enterprise and also supporting me to reach more mums and dads and working families to help you to make changes in your life and in your legacy as well. Is there anything you wanted to say to that, Ernest?
That's so powerful, and I think we can proceed to the next
Okay,
topic.
so we're on data and decisions, which again, I didn't do that little speech deliberately, but it leads in lovely because data and decisions is using digital insight and smarter systems to support your business decisions. Now, again, Ernest, I just want to go back on what the Seeds community is essentially creating. And it only really came through to me yesterday. I mean, you know about the ecosystem. So, for anybody listening in, the Seeds community is actually built up around 3 ecosystems. And I realized that the digital tools that I know that you and I will be talking about as we, get to know each other and you build out more stuff for the Seeds community, it will help to raise the visibility of the members within our community. And it seems to gone. Oh, he's there. Yeah. Did you hear what I said? I was just saying that
Yes.
the digital tools will help us to raise the visibility of members inside the community. And I think that's very, very special as well, because what the Seeds community is doing, yes, we do stand for bringing well-being into the business world. Now, digital well-being is part of well-being. Okay, the fact that I've been able to use digital tools to help me, it actually helps my well-being. Like you said at the beginning of the call, I can make better decisions, so I can focus on my health, because now things have sped up for me in the business and different aspects. But if we take it down to the nitty gritty of D for data and decisions, Ernest, are you aware that I've got a data analysis background? I don't know if you and I have ever had that conversation.
Yes, I heard you speak about it on several occasions, and I believe that is also helping to shape the services that you provide for your community. Yes, talking about data and decisions, these are very key, important, words, for lack of, a better description. Without data, so what is data? So data is your customer information, your customer email address, your customer preferred products that is on your WhatsApp currently, your customer information that is currently in your email, your customer information that is currently in your Facebook chats that is scattered all over. That is data. You have to be able to bring all this data together. And when you bring this data together, based on that, you'll be able to transform that data into information, which you now use to make decisions. So decision making heavily depends on data, which must be and information. And to be very honest, you can't most of the data you need for decision making without digital tools. You can't have them. So if you have a digital platform, so for instance, I have an accounting software that I use specifically for my business. And anytime I need data, I just log into that software, and I don't only get data, I get information, because that software is built in a way that it transforms data into information. So I pick whatever information I need real time, and then based on that information, I'm able to make decisions. So information, data, and decision making are very critical areas in every business. And we are, a living testimony to say that without digital systems, you won't be able to get the data you need. And without you making better decisions, it means that your business won't grow.
Yeah,
What that means
certainly.
is the growth of your business depends largely on data. And
Mm.
so every business owner needs to find a way of getting data that is so expensive. People pay so much money to get data. But within the SAIDS community, we are able to build systems that collect this data and process those data into information which the business owner only relies on when it comes to decision making. So we are helping to simplify the decision making process for every business owner by collecting data with the system that we build and using that data to, convert that data into information, which now helps the business owner to make very, very useful decisions that help to grow the business.
Mm. I've put I've put the link for Activate Your Wellbeing on the screen there, Ernest, because one of the things that I've liked about what you've done on the platform is you've actually allowed the individual to start looking at their own data needs. Sorry, this is then to burst.
Yes. So, like I was saying in the beginning, every business needs data to be able to survive. If you are into competition, you need data because your competitors are leveraging on data to make decisions. And without data, you won't be able to make decisions. And so, within the seed community, what we are building within the seed community, we are focused on building systems that collect data, every critical data that your business need. We are able to build systems to collect those data, and we are able to transform that data into information that will help you, the business owner, to make very, very useful decisions that helps to grow your business.
Thank you so much for stepping in there. Zench had come back from his walk and it was like crash bang into the bedroom. No,
Yeah.
thanks for that. I don't know what you said, but obviously my message to business owners is your well-being is the first pillar of your business. So if you are a business owner, please, tap into the Activate Your Wellbeing website, because we will be able to help you to find credible well-being practitioners that can keep your mind, your body, and your soul, in that alignment, so that you can be the best version of yourself, not just for your business, for yourself, and also for your family and your friends. Brilliant. Now, obviously, Zenta did throw me a little bit, but we're wrapping up now, and we're going to. This is so funny because I didn't plan this, but the last S is sustain, and this is building a sustainable growth without burnout. So I'm just going to take that back to that well-being conversation that I've just had there. It's really important as a leader, whether you're leading a massive team, or you're leading yourself, or you're leading your family. You do need to think about how you're looking after your well-being, so that you do not burn out. I'm very conscious that last week, for example, my own well-being practice for myself personally wasn't on track because I was finishing the magazine. So we do have our first issue of the magazine is now ready. And we'll be launching that on Saturday. I was getting ready for the event, and there wasn't enough time. But sustainability is so important. So, Ernest, how can small business owners on a business front now use technology to help with our sustainability plans, please?
Talking about sustainability, I mean, whatever you are doing today need to outlive, you maybe in 100 years to come. And so, in terms of sustainability, you, the business owner, need to ask yourself what we are currently doing in the next 20 years, in the next 50 years. Would it still be available? What stage would we get to? That is to be able to sustain what you are doing now, and not only sustain, but to improve upon what you are doing. And so I believe that all of this boils down to digitalization, because we have platforms today that are still doing well, that are still having subscribers, that people are still paying for, but the founders of those platforms are no more. What that means is that when you are able to digitalize your business would not need you 100% to be able to scale or to be able to sustain itself. So, in order to take the issue of sustainability to the next level, we cannot do that without talking about digitalizing your business. And so, I think digitalization is one of the best ways to make sure your business operations and your business in its entirety is able to sustain and grow from where it is currently to the next level.
So you're talking about building a legacy from what I can hear there. And this is where I'm actually going to give the Legacy Ledger magazine a plug. I'll write it in the chat afterwards. But yes, I mean, in the Legacy Ledger magazine, we do have a what's it called, a feature within the section, which is business. I can't remember the actual section now, but my brain. But anyway, we actually have a feature for technology. So you've written the first article in that. Again, anybody, I've put the link, I'll just put it on the screen. So if you want to check out the Legacy Ledger magazine, I'll write the text a little bit better in a minute. But please do check it out. You will not find the live version of the magazine there yet. That will happen next week. But the reason why I'm showcasing this now is because for me, building a legacy is so important. If you are a self-employed mom or dad, you work with a member of your family, you've got family members, then succession planning, thinking about that next step. This is what Ernest is saying. When you use digital tools to actually bring into your business, it will speed you up, which means it will free up your time. You will be creating your legacy effortlessly. Okay. And we'll be running stories like that within the Legacy Ledger magazine. So if you are anybody who's interested in reading about small business owners and their stories and their successes, and how technology is helping, then please do tune in. We'll be releasing the first issue of the Legacy Ledger magazine on Saturday, the 23rd of May, in Nottingham. So those attendees will have the hard copy, and then next week we will put the PDF version onto a digital platform. So the digital release will be next week. We had this, I don't know if it's a man or a woman who is actually tuning in, but welcome back. I Like Filming, who says that they use Copilot and Gemini within their operations. That sounds quite, I would say, appropriate, isn't it, for if they're doing some kind of filming business. What would you say about these? These are like AI things. How do you describe these, Copilot and Gemini, please?
Okay, so Copilots and Gemini, just like you currently use ChatGPT, for every person who uses AI, you have to virtually test almost all the AI tools to be able to agree on which one to finally use. So I'll use this platform to advise people who move from ChatGPT to Claude to Gemini. Like they are always moving from one place to the other. You'd have to be able to identify how you work, and you need to be able to identify the tool that actually aligns with what you do. All of these tools are great, all of these tools are powerful, but not all of them does things the way you want those things to be done. So for instance, in my case, I started by using ChatGPT. I moved to using Claude. I again moved to Copilot and Gemini, but currently I've decided to use the paid version of ChatGPT, and for the past 1 year, that's what I've been using. And so these tools are great. And like we said from the beginning, these tools don't take anything away from you. They rather enhance the value that you are already creating. And so I'm glad to see that somebody is using those great tools. And I will only encourage that. I mean, one mistake that we also do when using these tools is to accept line, hook, and sinker, everything that comes, and then we push it out there.
No,
You
we
are
can't.
supposed, exactly, you are supposed to be the main driver in the seat. So if AI gives you anything, you have a responsibility to make sure you check whatever you have gotten from AI, make sure it aligns well with your values, make sure that AI can sometimes mess things up. So you make sure you check every single information in there to make sure you are putting out something that is useful. So I see AI tools as co-pilots. All of them are co-pilots. You are the main pilot, and you must take responsibility for whatever outputs you get from AI. And that is one of the ethical ways of using AI. And I wish to share that. You are always responsible for whatever information you receive from AI that you send to somebody or even rely on to make decisions. Because AI is a pattern. Um, I mean, um, AI is not a human being. AI is just,
Oh, don't
how
ask
do I
my
say this?
mum. My mum thinks that Chat GPT, sorry, has got a better voice than me. She's probably still listening to this recording now. But my mum basically says that Chat GPT has got a sexy voice. That's what she says. And when I'm working at my mum's house and I'll say, Mum, I'm just about to use the computer. And then she'll go, because I've named mine. I've named my chat. But anyway, she'll say his name and then she'll go, Oh, how are you? It's actually quite funny. But have you frozen there, Ernest? You look like you've frozen a little bit. I am writing a message to the audience, so I'm going to look in the camera to say this. As we wrap up, this conversation has been part of the summit special. So, Seeds of Unlimited Success is happening on this Saturday, 23rd of May. I've lost Ernest. He might come back in. 23rd of May at Eastwood Hall in Nottingham. There is still time to join us. Now, I have got afternoon tickets available as well. So the best thing is to be there for the full day. Ernest is going to be coming in on the live stream in the morning, so he will be officially opening the Seeds Digital Innovation Hub on Saturday. And then we will be giving out the first issue of the Legacy Ledger magazine. So I've put the link to that wherever you are watching it. I'm just about to put the link in about there's still time to join us on Saturday. So I will do that before I wrap up here. Thank you so much for those of you who have been on the live stream with your comments and telling Ernest and myself about how digital tools are changing your life and your business. That's been really good to hear. I've put the link in there for this Saturday. So if you do want to join us this Saturday in Nottingham, you will need a ticket to attend the event. Please click in. And thank you so much. I like filming, said it's lovely to see me, and I've got a lovely smile. That's lovely. Thank you so much for tuning in, because I know that you watched the chat that I had with Zoe last week. So I will be back doing these podcast series. It is called Leading with Heart. I do like to come on regularly, but I do have quite a few things going. So I can't really tell you it's going to be every Monday or every Tuesday. I haven't really got that rhythm yet, but I will let you know when I am back. So if you are following this on YouTube in particular, I would love to grow my YouTube channel. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. If you've enjoyed the content here, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, please give me a thumbs up, because that will help the algorithm to spread this message to other people. I've had the wonderful Ernest, who's been tuning in all the way from Ghana on here. And it was wonderful to have a chat. And, you know, it's great to get messages like this. It's great to see you whenever. So that is wonderful. Thank you so much. I like filming. Thank you for being such a brilliant fan and contributor. I hope that this session has been helpful for those that have been tuning in today. We've been talking about digital innovation and how the digital world is supporting small business owners to grow. Now, I'm going to tune off now. Or sign off rather. So thank you so much for listening in today. and spending your time with me. If you are watching the replay, because I do understand it's not always possible to watch things live, if you do watch the replay all the way to the end here, please do give me a thumbs up, leave me a message so that I know that you were here. I will send you a message back because I do read all of the comments. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye.